Hello everybody, it's Bee from Bespoke Crafts and welcome to my channel. Before we go any further, or before we start should I say, I would like to say a massive thank you for everybody for subscribing. I hit 200 yesterday, which is absolutely massive, and I am just overwhelmed. So thank you so much. If you're watching this video, will you please subscribe? Just consider it for me, please. Well, no, don't consider it, just please do it. It doesn't cost you anything and it really does help my channel to grow. Also, click the like button and the share button and also the notification bell, and then you'll get informed when the new video comes out. I do try and do 3 per week. So let's get to the card. So I'm using this stamp set from Picket Studios, and it's designed by Kelly Taylor, and it's called Surprise, It's Your Birthday, and it's BB222. Now, if you haven't seen Kelly Taylor, she's an absolute phenomenal colorist. She is absolutely brilliant. So I would really highly recommend you to go have a look at her channel. I watch her videos a lot. She's taught me a lot. Her videos are so informative. She's very easy to follow. So yeah, she's really good. Anyway, so back to the card, and what I'm doing now is, well, I've just printed the balloons off, and now I'm doing the box. I'm using Memento ink for both, simply because I'm going to be using my Ohuhu alcohol markers. So I'm going to print. I think I stamped this down a couple of 3 times. Throughout the video, I am going to fast forward through a lot of the colouring. I haven't gone really fast, but as you can see, I think there's, what is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ends up being about 7 balloons. Yeah, 7 balloons. And I do them in different colours, so it's just repetition of the same thing, but just using the different shades. So I'm just literally now, I've got a mask. I've got a mask for nearly all my stamps. Because I want to add 2 more balloons. So if you mask them up, the one that I'm doing now will look, when I've done it, it will be behind. So the string that you see hanging down in front of the balloon, it will actually appear to be behind the balloon. So you'll see that more in a second. And generally I use Gina K's. Gina, I can't think of the name of it now. Hang on a minute. It's Gina K's Masking Magic to do all my masks with. Sorry about that pause. So I'm stamping it down. If you use anything that's thick, quite thick, you're going to struggle to get your line that's next to your mask complete. And you'll see that on the first balloon that I did, although I am using the Masking Magic, it had missed a little bit of line. So it's just, instead of messing about with it, I'm going to put that in just with a fine liner. So just cleaning my stamps off. So now we're going to be colouring. So I've got the Honolulu 320 alcohol markers. I really do like these pens. I've never used Copic, so I don't know what to compare it to. So as well, what I'm doing is writing down the number and the name of the colours that I'm using on that sheet, scrap of paper, and also the colour is really for my reference, really. So I'm going to do the box first. and I'm using the darker colour where I think it's going to be darker actually in the box and on the box and the natural shading. So I'm going to be playing some music, but I will be popping in and doing the voiceover over the top of the music as well, so that should quieten down. So I'm going to let you enjoy the colouring in. So I'm back, and now I'm going to be using the blender, which is normally 0. Apply where you want your lines to disappear, where you've gone over, or the colour's gone to where you don't want it to be. Allow it to dry, and then reapply it. And your colours that are not where you want them to be will literally just disappear. They are very, very good. Okay then, back to the music. So this is where the plan changed. I've done some like confetti bits on the card, coloured them in. I don't like it, so I've decided I'm going to fussy cut everything out again. Well, not again, fussy cut everything out. Yeah. I think you can maybe hear the dog snoring. That's Coco underneath me. You might be able to pick it up. This microphone is really, really good. So I am leaving a white border, which I don't normally do, but because it's going on a white background anyway, I'm not that bothered about it. But because of the lines of the strings for the balloons, you needed to leave some there. So I'm going to have a bit of a clean up. In a second, I've cut all that out because it was a lot longer than I thought it was. Believe me, I have cut a lot of that out. So what I'm just doing now is getting my black marker and just going around the edges, just where there's colour though, because I just don't like to see the white core on the card. Even though it's going on a white card, I don't like to see it. So I'll do the box and around the balloons as well. And it's always better to face it away from you, so turn it round when you're doing it. If you have a slit, you're going to put marker on your piece of work. And how do I know that? Yes, I've done that before. So I actually want this to fit on this sheet, on this piece. I don't know the size of it. It's just one of the offcuts from making my card blanks. Because I've fussy cut it out, I'm just going around with my Teflon bone folder just to smooth out the edges, the cut edges. Teflon bone folders, I prefer them because they don't leave any shiny marks on your card. And as you can see on the blue balloon on the top left hand corner, I'd actually put it on a card and then cut the top off because I wanted it to sit level, and I don't actually mind cards that have got parts of the of your image cut off. So you can see it there. I'm just trying to level that up at the top. Looking for how I want it to sit. And I do want it just on the left hand side of the card. Excuse me, of the card, and I shall put my sentiment on the right hand side. So just popping my masks away. Why I didn't do that before, I don't know. I'm just going to have a slurp of coffee. And what I also decided to do was put glossy accents on the balloons and the bit of ribbon that's on the box. But I didn't want to just put it on and leave it. I've decided to paint it on because I don't want it really thick. I just wanted a slight covering over it. So there are lots of other different makes of glossy accents, but I generally use the Ranger one. And clean everything up after you've used it. It saves you ruining your paint brushes and what have you. So now as well, I'm going to put some distress spritz on in fossilised amber. This is a beautiful gold colour, and you can hear, I've just shaken it up. And what happens is the mica sits at the bottom, and you need to get that all completely mixed in, so you need to mix it in really, really well. So rather than flicking it on, I'm just using a paintbrush just to tap it on wherever I want it. It's more controllable, but I don't want a lot there, I just want a little bit. Again, cleaning the brushes up. And then I'm using foam squares just to give it that little bit more dimension. I always put a little bit of wet glue on the back of the foam squares, simply so you've got more wriggle time when you're putting your image down. And as you can see, I've taken the blue balloon off. And now I'm choosing which colour that I want to go on the back. These cards are the colours. There's just a pack of different colours that I got from the range, and I decided on the purple. So I'm doing it just very slightly bigger all the way around. I'm using Collall glue to stick down. It's a really, really hard, firm glue. And then sticking that to my card base. Now also I've got a little bit of glue from the Collall glue, so it does rub off. But if you've got one of these rubber erasers, use it like I've just done there. Use a pair of scissors to cut off the darker bits on it, simply because if you don't, sometimes you can mark your card while you're trying to rub off your glue. So now I'm just applying the sentiment. It actually came with the stamps, and it literally just says excuse me, happy birthday, and I'm using Versifying Clay in black. So I'm just making sure that it's level on my plate, on my stamping block. I do like Versifying Clay for doing sentiments. It's such a clear, crisp ink. So because I haven't used this one, I'm just going to stamp it down first. I have primed it. I gave it a little rub just to get the residue from manufacture off. There are stuff that you can use for your fingers cheap. I think it's there. Free, not cheap. So there you go. So there is the finished card. So thank you all again for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. And I will see you for the next video. Bye for now. Bye.